All right, here we go. Carver and Lisi with you. College football picks for, believe it or not, week 13.
Mm.
It's almost there. This is when Joe starts to he's upset. Like he doesn't want to portray it yet, but when you hit Thanksgiving is when Joe knows it's just about over. Yes, he's got the college football playoff and the bowls, but the real meat and potatoes of the college football season is it's on the downside. It's going that way, and it's going to be gone for him for a good 8 months once you get through all of this, and he just does not like that. Mike Carver here with you, along with, of course, the encyclopedia
Mm.
of college football, the one, the only. Go for the two, Joe Lisi. Hi, Joe.
Hi, Carver. How are you? You sure you're all shits and giggles right now? Look at you.
I
You
don't
had
know
a
about
big
that.
you had a big week last week. You put the kibosh on me.
I
That's it. I'm changing it up. I'm changing it up. I go 2-5. I lose two heartbreakers. LSU cost me money last week.
yeah.
The kid Harlem Berry's kneeling on the 1 yard line. That's where you got to put in the dagger, guy. It's all
Well,
right though, because you see, I switched it up too. You're not the only one that could wear a little ball cap. All
okay.
right, I got the ball cap. I am unveiling, okay, 4 mortadels this weekend to get you prepped and ready for Thanksgiving. But one is my game of the year. That's right, I said it. The mortadel. Smash your bookie in the solar plexus. Game of the year. I've never put it out this early in the season. I'm doing it now, and we're prepped. We're ready. I have 7 marquee games on the slate, Carver. I'm 10 games over 500. We're going to smash not only the books, but we're going to smash you again, because I want at
Well,
least
I
to
actually
finish
did beat
14
you
or
last
15.
week, which
You
is a
did. You
rare
got
week that
lucky.
I did. Now
You got
I
lucky.
mean, look at how good at you're 10 games over 52 and 42, 20 under,
Still
even with a
sharp. I'm
winning
still
list. You're
sharp.
still sharp. You're having an extremely, extremely sharp year, Joe. Is what you are having so far. And I had did have a good week last week. I had a couple that went my way, and we made some things happen. But it's I'm just kind of just gearing myself towards the bowls and the college football playoff now. That's kind of where I know that I'm going to have to make my bread with you this year. So we'll see what happens in that regard. This is a weird week, Joe, because this is as it usually is on the calendar, a bit of a setup week, really just in one conference, because of course, for the most part, this is the week where the SEC teams go and play wiffle ball. Whether it's
And now, don't do that.
Now,
Don't do
no, no,
that.
no, 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 no. Let's be fair. A bunch of them go and play wiffle ball. Now, obviously, Tennessee's playing Florida, and Oklahoma's playing Missouri, and Texas is playing Arkansas. There is a couple games, but everyone else is playing wiffle ball this week and the week before their big rivalry games on Thanksgiving weekend. So that's okay, Joe. That's they're entitled to that, I guess, because they're the big bad SEC, so they can do whatever they want. So that's what's. But you do have some games of consequence throughout a few of the other conferences. As this is all I'll say to you, Joe, about the college football playoff, because I never get too wrapped up in it, because the last one's the only one that matters, as we always like to say here on our show. But if you're reading the tea leaves, Joe, it seems like, obviously, if everyone can just take care of their business, I don't know if anyone could crack the 10 that's there as long as they take care of their stuff. It's the ACC champion. It's the group of 5. That's like kind of the two things over the next few weeks. But I guess, you could say, some of these other teams, are they, do they still have some potential pitfalls? Oklahoma off a big win. I admit if they win their last 2 games, they're going to get in. But Missouri and LSU, I don't know if that's exactly just going to walk right in and win both of those games. Oregon, USC this week, Washington next week. Is that, a guarantee for them to get in? So I guess you could say, Joe, that some of those teams, 6 to 10, still have to take care of their business if they're going to be there.
Oh, absolutely. And I brought it up to Tuscaloosa Nation on the message boards and X today that the scenario that nobody's talking about is what happens if Kalen DeBoer loses to Auburn and is 9-3 again and misses the college football playoff. No, give Kalen more time. I said, really? That's acceptable on in Tuscaloosa, back-to-back 9-3 seasons? Oh, he needs more time, so you'll sit through 4 seasons of 9-3 and missing out on the playoff because Kalen DeBoer needs more time. Okay, he's going to jump at the first opportunity. Now, supposedly Penn State is on the horizon. We'll see. All I know is all these coaches are gutless, and I've said this time and time again, and I told Coach Brown, I said, you have no problem taking $11 million, right? But then you want to cry when your team's 8-4 and 9-3. What's the difference between Steve Sarkisian, DeBoer, any of these guys that underachieve, right? To the hedge fund manager that's managing $2 billion and takes a 20% cut right off the top for not even, and then loses 30 to 50% of the portfolio. He's a fraud, just like everybody else. Everything has become a scam now. These coaches want to take 12 million, 11 million, but they don't want to care about wins or losses.
No.
There's no repercussion because they have a lifestyle, man. I got a lifestyle, bro. Yeah, how about I give you a kick in the ass, Sarkisian, all these coaches. And that goes on the NFL side, too. Give me a break. Give me a break. Really.
Give you a break, Joe. Give you a break.
And I just saw you have Georgia Tech in the background there.
I got Bobby Dodd up today, yeah. I got Bobby Dodd in the back. Well, you got to remember, there isn't a lot of marquee games this week. And actually, the teams that I kind of like the most are on the road. So I can't put the home stadium of a team that's going to lose the game. So it is kind of the biggest. You talk about ramifications, Joe. Georgia Tech Pitt is one of the biggest games on the board this week because loser goes home in theory in the ACC title game picture. You got 4 teams with 1 loss. One of those is going to drop to 2. I know you could probably tell me, well, there's still be a line. I don't know. There'll be like 100 teams with 2 losses and lots of tiebreakers. I couldn't even tell you the tiebreakers. Joe, who has out of those 4 teams?
Which ones?
Georgia Tech. Now, I know Georgia Tech and Pitt are going to play each other. So obviously there's SMU, and I guess it's Virginia is the 4th team, right? All with 1 loss in the ACC. Am I right about that? Or
so SMU and Virginia both lost to Wake Forest,
which is bizarre in itself.
It's crazy.
But who, if everyone out of SMU and Virginia, they both win their last games, which SMU's playing.
I don't know how the tiebreaker would work.
SMU, that's what we kind of need to know is who's got the.
SMU knocks off Louisville, and then Georgia Tech wins. It's going to be SMU and G Tech. No,
well, Georgia Tech wins. They're going to be 7-1. They're done with conference play if they beat Pitt. So I believe them at 7-1
are in.
Should be in. Pitt would be finished. Let's say SMU wins. They'd be 6-1 going into their last game of the season. And who do they finish with? Joe?
Cal. ChatGPT that.
They finish Cal. And Virginia, of course, finishes with the rivalry game against Virginia Tech.
That's at home.
Which is at home. So that would leave 3 teams for 2 spots. Georgia Tech being finished at 7-1. I don't know who has the tiebreaker between Virginia and SMU if both of them are 7-1. Did they play this year, Joe? I don't believe that they did.
No.
So you don't have a head-to-head element there. I guess common opponent. I'm not sure, Joe,
it's going to be crazy. It's going to be nuts. And it's not just the ACC, but what about you get a 2-loss team like Miami going up, let's say, against Michigan with 2 losses, Notre Dame with 2 losses, Oklahoma with 2 losses. What's going to happen then? And what happens if Texas and Bama are 9-3?
I don't think that you could get the 3-loss teams in this year. There's too many good 2-loss teams. You're not going to get the 3-loss teams.
We'll see if the brand recognition is there. Joe Poe, you're going to put in Virginia with 2 losses.
No. Well, the ACC is going to get a team no matter what.
I know. I'm just saying, though, Michigan that knocks off Ohio State versus USC that has 2 losses. I'm just saying it's potential. they would lose the head-to-head to
Well, what happens if
the Trojans because they lost.
What happens if Ohio State lost to Michigan?
Yeah.
And then lost to Indiana in the Big Ten title game? And they had 2 losses in a row to end the year. Would they fall all the way out after being number 1 all year?
That's crazy. I don't know. No, they would. I would think that just the way. Yeah.
Would they fall all the way out?
I don't know. These hypotheticals are what I hate.
Hypotheticals. This is your college football.
No,
You
stop.
love it.
This is what I. Come on.
Your college football.
Come on, Carver.
And
Give me a break with these teams.
Like with Sam Levitt going to sell himself to the highest.
Yeah, I know. Here we go. I like Levitt too. And Dillingham, I thought Dillingham was going to Baton Rouge. I wouldn't mind that. Dillingham,
that's your guy.
Dillingham, let me tell you first, a small guy, he eats iron and crap steel. That's all you got to, I'm telling you. Kenny Dillingham, blue collar.
He's blue collar. He's the type of guy you would want down there, Joe.
That's exactly what I want. Blue collar type of guy.
Now, what's the deal with Lane? Is he staying or is he?
I think he's gone. He gone.
Man, that would be so gutless to leave a team.
The problem is with Ole Miss cut him after the Egg Bowl. Like, we don't want you.
Just for talking to the other team?
No, if he signs, then they're gonna.
He's gonna have to leave, Joe. You know how much stuff you need to do when you in the month of December now. If you're the head coach of the team, between the portal and all,
you're gonna
all
leave
the other
those
nonsense
kids before the playoff.
This is your college football.
Stop with my college football.
This is what we have now.
I'm wearing the trucker hat. All the truckers out there.
Now, did you cut a new sponsorship deal? Is that why you have?
Carver and Lisi will have Cokes. Who knows? The Carver and Lisi sponsor.
I got the no logoed brim because I don't know. I'm up for sale. I got there's a space right here on the hat. Joe's obviously been bought and paid for with his sponsorship. I got space. If anyone wants to buy the space,
Carver and Lisi, then by all means reach out. I think they'd be getting a return on their investment.
They would absolutely get a return on their investment.
Plus, once we smash the books in the solar plexus, smash.
Now do you lead with this game of the year? Is that your first pick? Do you start with the game of the year?
No.
7th pick? Is it the end? Is it the last pick?
You'd have to make it the 7th pick.
All right. So who's going first this week?
You won, unfortunately.
But I went first last week, and I never win. So I went first last week because I was fired up about Notre Dame, which, by the way, Joe, came to fruition.
Smash job. Hot as a pistol.
Smash job.
Let me tell you, people were able to make their Christmas list based off of your picks last week. Me, I'm serious. Me, I got smashed. They were all giggling. Lisi went 2-5. Lisi went 2-5.
Come on, Joe.
Everybody's all excited.
Please.
Everybody's all excited.
Come on.
I tell you what, this, this whole space, people are sick. They're just, people need to wake up. Smell some smelling salt. I think I'm going to do that before I work out. Never tried the smelling salt.
Never had it?
Never had it.
Knocks you up, wakes you up, right, Joe? Gets you going.
Makes you right up. Might as well just stick your head in a bottle of ammonia.
All right. You saw the records before. Joe's completely smashing me this year. He's 10 games over as we head into the week 13 of the college football season. Wiffle ball week for most of the SEC.
You always got to dig on the SEC
and some other ones. So I guess that means you want me to start then, huh? Is that what you want? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying I look like a male model with the hat on.
I can't.
I'm just saying they said Lise looks like a male model, and I haven't even shaved. Some people like that, by the way.
Well, you know what? This worked for me last week, so I'll do it again. I'll start pick number 1, Joe, right out of the gate, and I will go. After this blockhead Narduzzi for the second week in a row. I'll go right in there to Bobby Dodd Saturday night under the lights there in Atlanta for Georgia Tech and Pitt. Massive game in the ACC. I don't like what Narduzzi did last week. I think that it shows a lack of confidence in your kids. I understand what he was maybe trying to do, but he's just such a blockhead that he couldn't figure it out. And then his team got smashed in that game by the Irish. Now, Georgia Tech, Joe, I'll say this. You know, they gave up how many points to Boston College? I think they
34.
lost to Boston College last week on the road at Chestnut Hill. And it seems like, Joe, every time someone gets handed the baton in the ACC as the favorite, they end up dropping it. And just so I don't know if this is the right way. The over's probably the right way to go with Georgia Tech and Pitt on Saturday night. But I'm going to go with this key and this Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket team to get it done at home, guarantee themselves, I believe, again, the three teams at 7-1, Joe. I'm not exactly sure which one's going to be left out. Maybe I'll try to effort that. But I pretty much get themselves ready for a big game with Georgia next week. I'm taking Georgia Tech minus the 2.5 against Pitt and Narduzzi. I'm going after them 2 weeks in a row.
You're going after them.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yep.
I can't believe that you would do that.
I'm doing it.
Do you feel good? Like, do you feel like you have a little bit of momentum now?
Joe, it's all, I told you already. It's all about the Bulls for me. This is all just getting ready. That's all that this is.
That's
all it is. So I'm ready for the Bulls in the college football playoff for you. That's all. And championship week.
Okay. Well, this happens to be one of my picks, my friend.
Oh, really? You're on this too?
It's not the game of the year.
Okay.
But it is a mortadell, and I just think, you're just looking at it all wrong. You want to call out Narduzzi. It's like all of a sudden, he is a moron, but all of a sudden you're eating nails and spitting out fire. I mean, come on. I mean, really, let's call it what it is. You have a blue-collar defense in Pittsburgh going up against a team that could score and has given up a ton of points to teams all year long. And as long as Pittsburgh can move the football and win the turnover battle, they're going to win the game outright, Carver. I said it. Now, Georgia Tech, that's a mortadell guarantee. Yeah.
They're going to turn the ball over and they're going to be able to score all that. Okay.
Look, Narduzzi was dead wrong for doing that, but here's what I know. All right, you want to keep kicking the Italians, and that's all right. A lot of people like kicking down the Italians at this time of the year. You know what? I'm going to take a stand for Narduzzi. I'm going to take a stand for all of the tough guys out there in Pittsburgh. I'm talking to you, Gino, okay? And all of the guys in Philly, right? Blue-collar guys, the Italians, we need to rally. This is a mortadella special, Pitt outright. Now, Georgia Tech has won they're 5-0 at home. They've won the 4 games at home by an average margin of victory of 16 points per game. The only game they didn't cover was a game that I was on earlier in the year, Temple, where they got the backdoor cover, laying 23.5, 24. Temple scored with about 30 seconds left. I'm not buying into this defense. I think they're absolutely frauds. If Boston College, that anemic, pathetic offense by Bill O'Brien, and he's gutless, he needs a slap. I tell you what, Pitt's going to come to play. And don't look at last week. They were completely overmatched by a bigger, more physical team. They could go toe-to-toe with G-Tech and win it. Give me Pittsburgh. Pick number 1. Mortadell, number 1, Carver.
Mortadell, number 1 for you. So we're going heads up on that just to start things off here. And I was efforting, Joe, who would make the ACC title game if all 3 teams finished at 7-1 in conference play. And I feel like I'm going to have an answer to that for you in a moment.
All right.
You know, I went right to I actually went to our graphics department.
Oh, you went to ChatGPT. Good. Okay. Are they coming back for you? Are they efforting this?
Yeah, they are efforting this for it right now. In and you have to read so much to try to even get to all the way to the end. In fact, Joe, I just scrolled through all of this, and I don't even think they know. Here it is to know who's going to do that. So we're going to have to pass on that and find someone with ACC knowledge who would be able to tell us that. So both of us on opposite sides of Pitt and Georgia Tech for pick number 1. All right, pick number 2 for me, Joe. Let's see. I'll go to this game. I'm going to stay at night. Usually we go to the early games maybe first. I'm going to go with another night game. I know that our boy Eddie in Columbus is going to be at this game.
Really?
Yeah, he's going to be there. He was telling me yesterday. And that is Nebraska visiting Penn State. Happy Valley shaking his head, probably on his card too. And now he's nervous about where I'm going to go with all of this. Nebraska, Penn State. Both teams have lost their starting quarterback. Penn State's like basically just lost everything this year. They've lost their coach. They lost it all. Matt Rule heading in. I saw enough, Joe, from the Nebraska offense last week against UCLA that I honestly believe I don't know if they win this game. This game's probably going to be super ugly and super dirty. But over a touchdown seems like a little too much in this spot for Penn State to cover against a blue-collar Nebraska team. So give me Nebraska plus the 8.5 under the lights in Happy Valley for Matt Rule and the crew. Maybe they win outright, but I think that they hang in this within a score. 8.5 for Nebraska, Joe. Pick number 2 for me.
Yeah, I mean, I think, Nebraska was on the court. I just took them off because a blind squirrel gets a nut every now and then.
You usually go first. You wanted me to go first. So
blind squirrel gets a nut every now and then.
Strong position.
He's basically out in the gutter the following week. There's no way you're going to string back to, but the way you're going, I mean, this is like trying to, you're like 0 for 46 in baseballs, and all of a sudden you got a couple of singles, and now we're expecting you to hit 400. I'm just saying, well, I got to call it what it is. I got to, now I will, just say this, that I think Nebraska is the much better team, right? They're averaging 32 points a game, giving up 19 points per game.
Right.
And they have an extra week of preparation, Carver. So why is this line 8.5, 9 against a backup quarterback? And the fact that Penn State's playing better. Okay, they're playing better, but Nebraska is the better team. And with an extra week of preparation, this should be basically 5, 6. Why is it over a touchdown at 8.5, 9? That makes absolutely. You tell me. I don't know. I think it smells now. On first look, I thought Nebraska, but you're seeing it, way too clearly. And Emmett Johnson is a really good running back. Look, I think Nebraska should cover, but the line is suspect. So it's not a pick for me. But good luck. I'll root it in for you.
Oh, thanks a lot.
I actually be rooting in for Penn State to stick one in late, just in case.
Nice.
Yeah, because I'm just saying we're head to head.
Guy's got a 15-game lead with 2 weeks to go, and he's doing that.
Sweep the leg. Sweep the leg. That's it. What do you think I am? I'm going to take a knee. I'm up by 46 on the 3-yard line.
Everybody should be trying to lift everybody up.
You want
not the kind of stuff that you do. So go ahead.
You see, that's the problem between me. You want participation trophies. I want to win.
Everybody should want to win. Rooting for each other to get to the window. That's what this is about. And you make it about yourself, as always. You make it about you. So let's go. Let's go. Pick number 2.
I'm going after this team again out in Salt Lake City. I don't buy into this team. Okay. I think Kansas State. These teams have never played before. Okay, and I understand Kansas State's down this year at 5-5, and Utah potentially still has an outside shot to make the college football playoff and make a Big 12 championship. I'm not buying into it. I don't buy into the team as a whole. They're good. They're not elite. I think if they meet one team that could play a stitch of defense, and that's the question. Kansas State has been very suspect this year, hot and cold. Their defense came to play against a gutless Oak State team. They win and don't cover 14-6. I personally think they had their eye on this game. You want to give me 17.5 with Kansas State? I'll take that and climb in as a huge underdog any day of the week. I'll take it. Mortadell number 2, Kansas State plus the points. Don't be shocked. Look at my lips. Don't be shocked if it's a 4-quarter game. Don't be shocked if it's a 4-quarter game. Okay? I said it, not you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Kansas State showed you enough this year to expect them to go out there and actually give a good effort. So
here we go.
I'm on the other side.
Everybody's a wheel.
I'm on the other side.
Everybody's a wheel.
Not a pick for me, though, but I mean, I'm on the other side if I had to play the game. I just, Kansas State, Joe, look at the year that they've had. 5-5 team. They're just, not good.
What?
Pick number 3. Another conference, Joe, that feels like the winner's in the mix, unless maybe Jimmy Madison can step up and take that group of 5 spot. But it seems like
you make it sound like Jimmy Madison's from the neighborhood. Hey, Jimmy, come here. Give me an egg and cheese on a bagel.
The leader of the American for the last few weeks has been the team everyone's hyping up. Tulane had a turn. Memphis had a turn. South Florida had a turn. Everybody's had a turn at the wheel the last 3 weeks. And what happens when they get that turn at the wheel, Joe? When suddenly everyone's all-American and they're at the top of the charts and they got a chance to maybe get into the college football playoff. What do they end up doing?
They blow it. All I keep thinking about is, the wheel in the sky keeps on turning.
Well, whose turn is it in the
hot seat? Was that Journey? Was that Journey?
Yes. Whose turn is it in the hot seat this week? North Texas, the Mean Green. They're now everybody's All-American. They're now the team everyone says is going to win the conference and maybe get the group of 5 berth and go to the college football playoff. Blah, 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 blah. And I like this North Texas team, Joe. They're a lot of fun to watch. And I don't even know if they're necessarily going to lose this game outright this week. But I know in-state rivalry with Rice heading down there to take on the Owls. 18.5. Owls have been pretty good at home this year. I don't think this is a walk in the park for North Texas. All these teams have had a little bit of shakiness once they get put in a big spot. Maybe North Texas survives, but I don't see them running Rice out of the building in their place.
All right,
Pick
hero.
number 3 for me, Joe. Rice plus the 18.5 at home against the Mean Green.
Now, let me just say this. I don't want you to get you got a little mojo. You should stick to the games at least to get you back on track.
Joe.
I'm just saying.
Joe.
You start venturing out. That's when you're starting to showboat. And then I got to tell you, the scoreboard, you're down by 40.
Joe,
I just think, but I'm just saying, at this point, let's just get a little consistency that you could build up for bowl season.
I guess we could do what you do, which is chase after Utah every week and get smashed, which is what you've been doing now.
So you're taking low blows now. Now you're coming low.
No, I mean, that's what you're doing. So what do you think? An American team pick plenty of games in the American Conference.
Listen, I'm not on location. All right. Now
how'd it go for you with South Florida and Navy in that game? How'd that look?
I had the under.
Oh, remember. I know you had the under. They scored about 200 points in the game. I know you had the under.
So now you're picking it out. All right.
Well, because maybe you should stay out of the American Conference. Maybe you should keep to the SEC, which we're playing wiffle ball this week. So I guess you can't pick those games.
All right. You know what? I'm going back to the SEC. Mortadell number 3.
Game?
Yeah, Mortadell number 3. All right.
Sure.
All right, hero. You're sitting down for this?
Yeah.
Look, it's a game that Oklahoma needs to win.
It sure is.
And Missouri, Ahmad Hardy, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Prabula, they're going to make a decision today whether he plays or not. Bo Prabula is a detriment at this point. It's an ankle injury. He's a mobile quarterback. He's going to be gutless like he always is in a big spot. I think Oklahoma rolls, but here's the mortadell. There is no tomorrow in this game, okay? And Zollers is a freshman still going into a tough environment. They're not going to be able to run on them, okay? And that means that they're going to have to throw over the top, which means turnovers and points, Carver. And don't be shocked if Mateer breaks out with a huge performance over the top against Missouri. I'm not sold on Missouri. Miss State put up some points. That total was 51.5. This total is so low that I think Oklahoma could get this total on their own, Carver. 42.5? 42.5? Mortadell number 3. Mortadell tres. All right? Uno, Joey. Uno. They smashed this total. 50 plus in this game in Norman. You're going to see Sooners running up and down the field. Okay? D.D. Westbrook might come back. Marcus Dupree might be coming back. Murray, right? Might be coming back, right? Who else do you want? Tell me. Give me somebody. Sam Bradford? You want Bradford coming back? Baker Mayfield. I mean, DeMarco Murray, all these guys. I had to think about DeMarco's first name. I was out of it. I just said Murray. I got too many names popping in my head. It's early. Smash job, Carver. Do yourself a favor, okay? do yourself a favor. And we gamble at your own risk, but put this in the portfolio this weekend. This is something long-term, okay? This is something that I'm just telling you. Just put this in the portfolio, and the kids will love you. Come.
No, I think it's a blue-collar game. Joe got so excited that he got knocked out, it seems like. Seems like that's how excited Joe got.
Did I?
Now he's back. Now you're back.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know. You disappeared. You got so excited about that game. I had to look for a second, and then you were a little like the Max Headroom. You know, they gave a little bit of that. Like it was.
Well, listen,
I just Back to the Future when they're at the Cafe 80s.
Max Headroom, MTV. Listen, the kids will love you come Thanksgiving time.
Joe,
all right? I'm just saying. Do you put it in the portfolio? Come next week. Long term.
Noon East, 11 local in Norman on Saturday, tomorrow. This game, Joe, this is a hard hat game.
I know.
This is a hard hat game.
You're in the you got the blueprint.
This
you
is
got
a
the
blue
blueprint.
Collar.
You're on this game.
Hard hat
You're on
game.
this game.
It's a blue collar.
Oh, he's on this
hard hat game.
Oh,
now,
he sees it differently.
For the sake of the show,
sees it differently.
For the sake of the show,
I'm in.
I have other games that I like too.
I should have made this the game of the year. Damn.
I'm not picking this game.
Yes, you are.
I'm on the other side though. I like the under, and I like Missouri.
Oh, you love the under in this game?
It's a hard hat game. It's a hard hat game.
I love it. I love it. I know it.
Game.
I feel it in my heart. Cole.
You feel it in your heart. You better feel it in your heart so far in this one.
Let me tell you something. Let me just tell you something. You're on X and you see all these wheels that give out picks.
A lot of wheels.
Like, could we stop? Can you at least have fun with it? And, everybody wants to talk technical like they're a wheel. They scrape them off the street. And I'm not knocking anybody for doing this, right? We all put in hard work, you think, to grind and stuff like that. That's not the point. But can you at least have fun? Can you at least have fun with it? Everybody wants to sound like they're on CNBC, like the aficionado of sports gambling. All right, and sports, the market moved, the CLV. Oh, this guy came to the window. Duffel bag boy was seen with the binoculars. Can you just have fun with it? Can you just enjoy it, embrace it? I'm not gonna sit here and say I hit 90%, but I get smashed weekends. But we own up to it. Right, but we have fun when we win. Could we just embrace it? Everybody's a wheel, right? Everybody's
like a Letterman jacket today too. Like what are you Letterman jacket? Like
champion. What are you? Look at this.
Like Al Bundy at Polk High here with the jacket walking around.
Everybody's a wheel, and everybody wants to talk technical. And here's another thing, right? With all this stuff with the sports, wagering and the prop bets and everybody. Oh, I'm going to come on. I'm going to tell you what my theory. Here's the theory. You want to fix everything? Lisi's got the answer. Nobody wants to hear the answer, right? But I'll tell you what the answer is. You want the answer? Just show where the money is.
See Joe with that Letterman jacket. I had to zoom that out for. Look at Joe with the
Letterman jacket. Show where the money is.
He's got the Letterman jacket on.
Show where the money is. And I keep saying this, right? Show where the money is. But Joe, we can't do that. We don't want to give up our edge. Bullshit. There is no edge with these books. Boom, I said it. There's no edge with the books. You want to know why? Because I put it in just to see, right? They don't want to give up their trading method. Nobody's trading. Algorithms are making up numbers, and that's why all the books are basically a half a point to a point on everything. Show where the money is. All the books are doing is holding the money, man. That's all they're doing. But we know they don't want to show the money because why? But if everything is on the up and up, right? Just show where the money is. We got 10 million here. We got 12 million here, right? That's it. And just let the chips fall where they may. Nothing is rigged. Nothing is up there. Just let it fall where make people, and I keep saying this, everybody, the big thing about the predictive markets, they don't care about the sports gambler. Okay, so get this through your head. Anybody that's talking about predictive markets, they do not care about the average guy or the $10 million gambler, okay, that wants to walk around Vegas with the bag of cash like Mayweather. They don't care about that. They want to set precedent to bring in funds, which are trillions of dollars. That's why they're making deals with exchanges, okay, because they're trying to push out the small guy. It's the same thing what they did on the exchanges with electronic trading, but morons don't get that. They don't understand that. That is why the predictive markets, the bigger question is the tax break. Okay? When you trade, there's a 60-40 break, short-term versus long-term capital gains. Nobody brings that up. That's why. Oh, the predictive markets, this and that and this, and I'm going to sit here like I know. And oh, please get out of here with these people. These people are so smart, they're stupid. And that includes everybody on a major network that talks sports gambling. That's right, I said it. A moron special. Oh, I've been in Vegas for 56 years. I know. Yeah, okay. All right. And I'll just say this to the West Coast Pete's. I love you guys, but just keep in mind.
No, you don't like anybody over
there. Just keep in mind. Just what they don't fail to realize is just because the West Coast has had legalized gambling for years, right? It was made by East Coast guys. The East Coast runs everything. They don't realize that. Okay. All right, just realize that the East Coast runs everything, and they just put a couple of things out there just to make it known. All right, we have a West Coast presence. Just realize that.
Joe trying to
West Coast businesses were built by East Coast minds. I'll just stay there, and I love everybody. But
Joe trying to start a turf war here.
No turf war, but people are morons. People are morons.
All right, can we move on or no?
Yeah,
let's go. Or are you just got more to say?
No, I'm good. I feel good. I'm tired of hearing these hacks, talk sports and like their wheels.
Okay.
Well, what I do is I like this.
All right. Pick number 4 for me, Joe.
God.
I'm going to go to the Big 12 for this one, for pick number 4. This team's been good to me this year. They could see the finish line. They got to win these last 2 games, and they'll get a second crack at Joey Maguire and Texas Tech in the Big 12 title game. We are going to Kalani Sitake Saturday night in Cincinnati against this gutless Bearcat team. BYU, Joe, 16-1 straight up as a favorite since they entered the Big 12. Make it 17-1. They'll cover the 2.5 Saturday night in Bearcat country and get a little closer to a rematch with Joey Maguire and Texas Tech. Give me BYU minus 2.5 for pick number 4.
I'll watch that game. I'm not taking it.
Oh, okay? Scared.
I'm not scared. I just hope BYU wears the blue helmet with the blue pant and the white jersey.
They might on the road.
It's one of the most phenomenal jerseys.
I mean, all right. Look, they got the combos up. They tweet them out.
Are you sitting down?
Is this the one? Is this the...
Are you sitting down? Check yourself. You have a fever?
No, I don't.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No, I want you to check yourself.
I'm actually looking to see what BYU is wearing on Saturday night.
He's looking to see
seeing what they're wearing. The blue pant with the blue helmet.
Oh, that is. Are they?
I haven't seen it yet. They haven't put it up yet.
They have to be. That's one of the most iconic uniforms. You cannot get better than that.
They haven't.
They haven't put out the Uniswag.
I don't see it. Don't see it.
That's a great Twitter handle, Uniswag. I go on there all the time.
Uniswag.
I love it. I love it. All right, let me just check something. I'm getting ready. Drum roll.
Yeah.
I could go 2 ways.
Is this the game?
I'm thinking of making this the game.
Wait a second. You didn't know what the game of the year
was? I have 2. No, I love both. I love 2 games.
Well, are you picking both here or not?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I am. I don't like your attitude.
I don't want you pumped this up when the show started. You pumped it up as I've got my game of the year today, the Mortadell game of the year, and now you're sitting here debating there's two of them? Is there one game of the year or is there two games of the year? What is there?
There's one game of the year, Carver.
Okay. So why are we debating?
Because there's certain analytics that I
don't
go
like
through.
What's going on here.
You don't like what's going on?
Yeah, this is
What? Tell me. I want to know.
Fugazi or Fugazi, it's a woozy, it's a wazi, is what you got going on here now. This is I could see that, well, it wasn't really my game of the year. That was my game of the year. This was my game. Go ahead. What are you going with here?
All right, you ready? Do you realize, so Vanderbilt, okay, it took out Clark Lee. Is this on your card?
No, I would never play this game. Go ahead.
Vanderbilt, it took out Clark Lee, potentially. The president took him out this week for a contract extension, supposedly.
Sure.
Now, they took out a contract extension for Elko last week. How did that go? He was on life support in the third quarter, down 30-3, which, by the way, was a mortadell with South Carolina. Anyway,
the only game
do you realize in 4 straight meetings in Nashville, Vanderbilt has not defeated Kentucky? The last time that they beat Kentucky was back in 2015. This Kentucky team has won 3 straight, Carver, by an average margin of victory of 23.3 points per game. They're playing with physicality. And here's the other thing. Ruby slipper for Diego Pavia. Guess what? It fell off. He's going to turn into a pump. Oh, really? Okay. All right. You have it all figured out, Carver. You have it all figured out. Kentucky plus the 8.5 is my mortadell smash your bookie in the solar plexus, not literally. I can't say crypto because crypto got smashed this week, but diamond gold-studded game of the year. I've never put out the mortadell game of the year this early prior to Thanksgiving. But because the markets are selling off and because people they're all in the red, they need to see some green. I'm going to be that glimmer of hope. Mark Stoops is going to be that glimmer of hope. And this fraudulent Vanderbilt team is going to get exposed at home by a blue-collar team fighting for bowl eligibility, which matters, okay? Give me the 8.5. The 8.5 points are a gift, Carver. The 8.5 points are an absolute gift. Give me, gamble at your own risk, the mortadell hammer your bookie just punch him, her, pop, pow, pow. Mortadell special, bam, not literally, bam, bam. Kentucky, game of the year. Never before put out prior to Thanksgiving. Absolutely free. Absolutely free.
How many of those games that Kentucky won at Vanderbilt did Diego Pavia play?
Oh, yeah. Diego Pavia now, all of a sudden, he's Zero. Mike Vick. He's Mike Vick. No, he's Mike Vick. He's Mike Vick. I forgot. Zero. This guy's running all.
Let me just say this to you. I'm not picking this game, but here's all I'll say to you after all the glitz and the glamour there. Here's all I'll say to you. I'd be careful.
Yeah?
In that game.
Yeah, but you feel like you have a good look. Don't try and bring me down because I'm 10 games over 500. Worry about yourself.
Worry about myself.
Yeah. Okay. Worry about yourself right now. I know what you're trying to do. Don't put that on me.
I'm a little surprised.
Right back at you.
I mean, although I guess I shouldn't be surprised because usually the game of the year is like the Armed Forces Bowl between Louisville and Air Force. That's usually the mortadell game of the year, something like that. That's usually the game of the year.
That is not right by you. We lost that game 4 years ago. That was not right by you to bring up a loss like that. You forget all the wins.
That was a game of the year.
You're like everybody else, by the way.
Was the Kansas Arkansas Liberty Bowl also a mortadell game of the year? Was that a game of the year?
That was a bowl game. Carver.
It was a bowl game. Was it the game of the year?
Carver, we cashed out 80% of the portfolio when we were up 26 points, Carver. 26 points.
All right.
Not forget.
Pick
That Fugazi instant replay. That's not right. A true partner wouldn't do that.
Oh, kind of like what you did to me before with the North Texas game. Maybe you should stay out of a game like this. Maybe, I don't know if you want to be involved in this type of a game. Sure.
I'm
Pick
breaking a
number
sweat.
5.
I'm breaking a sweat.
Pick number 5 for me. I'm going to go to the Swamp. Some teams in the SEC are playing legitimate games this week. I guess that Vandy, Kentucky game obviously is one of them also. But Tennessee and Florida, rivalry game. Tennessee's laying 3.5. I think Tennessee is going to score a lot of points, Joe. I think Florida could score a few points too. They showed me last week against Ole Miss they could score a couple of points. I'm going up, and away. Tennessee and Florida in the Swamp, 57.5. Let's kick the tires and light the fires, baby. Let's go. Up, and away for the Gators and the Vols, Joe.
It's like you had my exact card. It's like you were in the office breaking down because I think Tennessee smashes Florida. Here's the thing. Florida has 2 home games remaining.
Right.
2 rivalry games, Tennessee and Florida State. They're not getting up, and I told Coach Bowden that they're not getting up for both. There's no way. Pick the one that they're going to get up for. Most likely, they're going to get up for their in-state rival, Florida State. The kids go to college, high school together. They all know each other. Even though this is a major rivalry, Tennessee has the leading passer in the SEC, Joey Aguilar. And I think they smash Florida. That's on my card, not a Mortadell. What?
Can they score 50 by themselves, Tennessee? Can they score?
Now, this is a family play. This has become a family play.
So you're on the over?
No, I'm on Tennessee.
Okay.
What's your pick?
Yeah, I took the over. Over 57 and
I'm on Tennessee to smash them.
So, but we could both win.
All right, well.
We could both win. What's wrong? Yeah. Why can't we both win? You're telling me.
We haven't won the.
Why can't they win 45-17? Why can't Tennessee win 45-17? 57.5.
Yeah, we could both win, I guess.
You guess. You see a chance for some solidarity, for us to get together on something, and you do that. You're basically, whatever. It's kind of what you said. Whatever. Unbelievable. Where am I at, Joe? 6? Pick number 6? Is that what I'm at next?
I guess.
All right. Well, I'm sure you've heard this trend all week, right, Joe? Have you heard this one? Are you getting tired of hearing this yet? Kirby Smart as a favorite of over 35 points.
Yeah.
Is 0-15 against the spread. Have you heard this one? Yeah, I'm sure
I have.
You've been running through. Last year, UMass in this spot, 21-14 at the half, and then they, pulled away in the second half, and UMass covered. Every year, the wiffle ball game, Kirby doesn't like to put the foot down on these teams. Probably just wants to rest guys and get ready for Georgia Tech in the second half, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Hard to go away from a trend like that, right, Joe?
Very hard.
It's very hard to go away from that. So I'm not going to. Charlotte, plus the 43.5 in Athens against Georgia. Just score me like 14 points, 10 or 14 points, and I think we can get there. I think their team total's what's the team total, Joe? like 9, 8, 7.5. What's the team total for Charlotte? If UMass could score a couple touchdowns there last year, this is not as good a Georgia D. 43.5 with Charlotte, Joe. Pick number 6.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to go out to Eugene.
Wow.
And I'm going to take a shot here. I just don't believe USC is up to par. I believe in Lanning over Riley. I know people are pumping up this USC team as an outside dark horse to potentially be, a college football playoff contender. I just think 10 points. I think Oregon's the much better team. They're the much better disciplined team. They have a much better defense. They're physical in the trenches. I like Oregon to roll in this game. The fact that Oregon is laying 10 to Lincoln Riley, who never, and I keep going back to this, never steps up in a big spot. And he got the win over Michigan, but Michigan had no quarterback at that particular time. Bryce Underwood was a deer in the headlights. They were a one-dimensional passing attack. All they had to do was basically shut down the run, and they could win the game. And he's like Mike McDaniel. When the game plan works right from the get-go, he wins games. When he has to adjust, it's a different story. USC struggled with Notre Dame. USC struggled against teams that run the football, and that's what Oregon does. Again, to me, Oregon has the speed on the outside, and I believe in Lanning. I'm going to lay the 10 points, Carver. I think they roll.
Well, the good news for you, Joe, is for the sake of the show, 9.5.
There you go.
For the sake of the show, you get to go with there. So that's what you get in that one for you. Now, look, I'm a little torn on that game, Joe. Like, I agree. Like, on the road, USC, I think it's 5-16 against
They're
the
horrible.
spread.
They're horrible.
He's never won a game against a ranked team on the road. Though there's a lot of really bad trends for Lincoln Riley since he's been at USC, hitting the pavement and going on the road. Most of those games, though, Joe, are like crossing time zones and heading east. Not, the little puddle jumper over to Eugene that they're going to have. I'll say this, Joe. I'm not going to play this. I'm not going to go after you here. But would you say USC's offense is better than Oregon's offense so far this year?
Yeah, they're a little more consistent.
Don't you think that they're especially, and I know Oregon got to bust out a little bit last Friday night against Minnesota at home. They had some sputtering offensive performances before that. I just feel like this USC offense, if this game becomes a back and forth about the offenses, I feel a little more comfortable in USC's offense than I do Oregon's, and potentially in a game like that. So it needs to be you need the Oregon to be in the trenches, I would guess, Joe, in order to take care of this. They got to get the big guys up front and win the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Did you say
right.
that? That's where
Absolutely.
we're going? Okay.
Yeah, but again, that's easier said than done for Lincoln Riley. The guy's not worth the $11 million up until this point. He's just not.
He's just not. Has not been worth that whatsoever. All right. Where do I want to go for my last one, Joe? I'm going to take this too. This is kind of one of these games that we talked earlier about the ACC. 4 teams with 1 loss still have an opportunity to get in. Louisville has completely played themselves out with these losses that they've had to Cal and Clemson last Friday night. And why, Joe? You know why. Because do they thrive as a favorite? No. Does Louisville ever thrive as a favorite under this guy? Under this Brom? No. When do they thrive, Joe? When does Louisville thrive under this guy?
What do I look like, coach? I don't know. When? Tell me. I'm reading the chat.
When they're dogs. When Louisville are dogs under this guy, they usually come up with a big effort. This is a short number. Usually, Joe, look at this. 2.5 for SMU. They got it all sitting on the table for them to get themselves potentially back to the ACC title game. I think Louisville ends the dream, Joe. No one has taken care of prosperity in the ACC this year. It's destined to have 9 teams with 2 losses by the end of next week. I'm taking Louisville. Plus the 2.5, they win the game outright. So for the sake of the show, Joe, Louisville plus 2.5 at SMU.
Really? Good for you. Look at you. Well, you got it all figured out. Another underdog. I got a big underdog.
We're barking, Joe. Barking.
And this one's going to be barking. This almost made the Mortadell list. This almost made.
Well, what was the other game you were deciding between
this
Kentucky
one.
Vandy and this? So this, but this you said it was going to go last. So what is it? Is this the big?
No, the Mortadell game of the year was Kentucky. It was the last Mortadell.
So why wasn't it the last pick?
Oh, now I got to tell you when I give it out.
So let's hear this.
Well, I'm going to the beat of your drum or my drum.
Is this the 1B game of the year? This one you're about to do?
You want to make it 1B? You want to make it the Brijout game of the year?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Huh?
What is it?
You want to make it the Galamad?
What is it?
Virginia Tech is going to cover this game. They should have now Carver. They should have won this game last year with the Hail Mary that wasn't, and they gave it to Miami.
I know.
And good old James Franklin
going to be standing there in the box or on the sideline. Everyone's going to be playing for spots next year.
It's going to be light rain. It's going to be a little chilly.
I don't hate it.
It's not going to be this Miami weather. We know what is you used to say to me in the NFL, Chargers always Charger.
Yeah,
The Jets
well,
always Jet.
Mario, big chest.
The
Always.
Canes always Cane, baby. And this is just the slop of Blacksburg. 3-7 Virginia Tech. Oh, by the way, they have a mobile quarterback in Kyron Drones and some playmakers. Look, I know Virginia Tech sucks, but Virginia Tech, to me, is going to make this a game. It's a 12 o'clock kick. Miami has shown a propensity to start slow in these games. It's on the road, and I don't think Mario knows how to reel them in and get them motivated for games that they should smash. They were able to do it against Syracuse and NC State. Those teams are dead and bad. Virginia Tech has a pedigree to some extent. Virginia Tech believes they could beat Miami. And again, I'm just saying, this Philip Montgomery, former Tulsa head coach, he knows it. It's the final home game for all the seniors. They're on the road in Charlottesville with good old James Franklin. He might even pump them up, baby. James might even give them a pep talk. Give me the Hokies. They're going to be barking.
Now, look, I can get with you on this. I don't know about pedigree. Virginia Tech has sucked the last few years, so I don't know about pedigree as well.
Don't do that.
But I think, Joe,
they had a long pedigree.
I think there's going to be a lot of juice in the building this week with this Franklin hire. I think that the boosters and the kids and everyone is going to be fired. James is going to come out there and give the big, and this is going to be a scene, Joe. They're pumped up to have Franklin. And I know me and you haven't really talked about it. I'm sure you talked about it with Coach and you got all that stuff going on. Joe, this is a great spot for Franklin. I know I saw some people saying what a bad hire and all these things. Joe, he's a good recruiter. And I know we joke about that sometimes, but he is a good recruiter. No, he never won the big game at Penn State.
But there's no expectations of Tech anymore.
That's the thing. You see, the thing is, Joe,
he's back at Vanderbilt now.
And he will get Virginia Tech within 2 to 3 years to where they are maybe in the college football playoff or in the ACC title game every year, because he's going to be a better recruiter than just about everybody in the ACC, and he's going to get players in there, and they're going to get back to, where they were with Beamer. Could there be a year out of nowhere where they're in the last 8 or the last 4 of the college football playoff and they lose to an SEC or Big Ten? Sure. But, Joe, they are not going to be going 5-7 and 6-6 and 4-8 every year with James Franklin as the head coach. They're going to get back to winning 10 games a year. And Joe, every school has different expectations. And winning 10 games every single year at Virginia Tech, that's fine with them. And they're going to be pumped up about it and be in contention for ACC titles. You're making these faces at me. Am I not wrong?
No, you're right.
I'm right. You're damn right I'm right. So
whoa.
It's a good hire.
That was unnecessary.
It's a good hire.
Damn right you're
damn
right.
It's a good hire. Carver Lisi college football picks for week number 13. I have Georgia Tech minus 2.5, Nebraska plus 8.5, Rice plus 18.5, BYU minus 2.5, Florida, Tennessee over 57.5, Charlotte plus the 43.5, and Louisville plus the 2.5. Joe has Pitt plus 2.5, Kansas State plus 17.5, the over 42.5 in Oklahoma and Missouri, Oregon minus 9.5, the Vols minus 3.5, Virginia Tech plus the 18.5, and the Mortadell game of the year, Kentucky plus 8.5 at the Commodores.
Now,
Vanderbilt.
Now, for all the fans that want to know the Mortadells, Mortadell over Missouri, Oklahoma, Mortadell Pitt plus the 2.5, Mortadell Kansas State plus the 17.5, Mortadell Kentucky game of the year plus the 8.5. Right?
There you go. Game of the year.
Game of the year.
Joe. The Carver and Lisi college football picks for week number 13 here. All right, the best of the rest, Joe. You ready? Let's blitz through them here. Man, NC State a home dog tonight against Florida State, with Florida State looking ahead to the Gators in a rivalry game next week. Now, both teams need this, right? Both teams have 5 wins and can get the almighty bowl eligible and a chance to be in the Duke's Mayo Bowl, I guess, if they win this game. Who do you like tonight in Raleigh?
It's got to be Florida State. If you're Norvell, you got to get this a win. You got to get this win.
Like, NC State's been kind of
This is a Florida State line. This is a Florida State line.
I mean, they're 6.5-point road favorites. I mean, you would think that they should be able to handle their business here tonight.
This is a Florida State line. I like Florida State.
Total a little much, 59.5. Does it seem like a lot for this game? I'll tell you what total they can't make big enough. Late night in Vegas, Hawaii, and UNLV. Light the rocket ship, Joe. Up, up, up and away tonight for these two. Let's go.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Nah, I like Hawaii.
64.5, 69.5, 74.5, 79.5. Alt.
Under.
Oh, you're nuts.
What?
You're nuts.
I don't like your attitude.
You're crazy thinking that. That game has pinball machine written all over it tonight. Pinball. You
gotta
machine.
be a jukebox hero.
All right, rest of Saturday's games. Now, Ohio State's going to be sitting some guys, right? They're playing who cares against Rutgers.
Yeah, we can't bet this game.
32.5. I can bet the game.
So bet it then.
You want to chop a little wood with 32.5 with a...
How am I going to chop wood? I just told you I can't bet it.
You can't just speak like you can for a moment. Like, if you could bet the game, Joe, would you want to take 32.5 with Schiano?
Yeah.
That's like me saying I'm not going to talk about Syracuse because I can't bet. It's like, what are you getting at?
I'm getting at that I can't bet the game.
It's just, all right. So we don't do, so we'll just pass.
I would take the 32.5.
So there you go. That's all I wanted to hear from you. No one's holding you down and dragging you across state lines to go play the game. Who do you like?
Is the Bronx Buckeye Eddie?
Yes.
He changed his handle, I think.
He's the Bronx Buckeye now, not Eddie from Columbus anymore. The Bronx Buckeye.
All right. The Bronx Buckeye. I like it.
All right, let's see what else we got.
I love Eddie.
Here.
The Bronx Buckeye. Eddie, I went to Fordham, Eddie. East 189th and Hughes. Right above Butchie's Deli. Right. We had an apartment.
Is this a dead under with Minnesota and Northwestern? Dead under.
I hate this Northwestern team. I really do. What do you want to do?
I like the under. 40.5. Under.
It's a 12 o'clock kick. I like Minnesota on the road.
Good.
I like Lindsay.
Okay. Any interest in Kansas, Iowa State? Cyclones
none.
-3. You're done with that Iowa State team, huh? You had enough, Rocco back then.
I'm tired of the colors. The colors are driving me.
Had enough of them?
Yeah.
Baylor catching 6.5 at Arizona.
I wanted to take Baylor, but they've screwed me more times than
they had a rough year with Baylor. You backed them way too many times. SEC wiffle ball game. Auburn laying 4 tutties against Mercer.
Deuce Knight making the start. And I've said this. I think Auburn's live against Bama. I think they can knock them off.
Well, that'll be for next week, Joe. We'll have to figure out. We have to do this early in the week next week.
Yeah, I know.
With Thanksgiving and then the Friday, there's games Friday. We have to figure this out, Joe. This is a Tuesday possibly next week for me and you. Early in the week picks. You're gonna have to be with the holiday.
We're gonna have to just rapid fire them.
All right, fine. You don't want to spend an hour with me? We won't spend an hour.
No, we could do an hour with you. We got a lot of it.
You can't find an hour on Tuesday for me.
Let me just tell you this.
It's fine.
I was online yesterday.
No.
I saw these dudes cooking this turkey.
Were they deep frying it?
No, watch this. Watch what they did here. This is amazing.
Oh, boy.
They get this turkey. It's a smaller turkey, not a big bird. They stuff this with 2 sticks of butter in both legs. I'm trying to tell this.
Go ahead.
They stick 2 sticks of butter in both legs, right?
Yeah.
And then they infuse it with this Cajun butter inside, right, in the leg, and then they slow cook it with some dry rub, Oh my! Let me tell you, juicy. Just breaks right off the bone. I mean, everything is white. It's coming off. Like you put a little between your cheek and gum. Put a little between your cheek and gum, man. No, put a little. Do it.
All right, there you go.
No,
For that,
see,
sure.
I don't. You know what it is. Like you're like in a know-it-all. Like you know everything.
I don't know everything.
Yeah, you know everything.
You want to lay 50.5 with Kalen DeBoer at home against Eastern Illinois?
Could I root for Eastern Illinois to knock them off?
That would be something else, wouldn't it? That would be cool.
He would be gone quicker than you could even imagine.
I'll tell you, this game almost made my card. And I'll tell you this if you're watching. Pretty much every week, the games that I say to Joe after this game almost made my card, they all hit. The games that I always say, it almost made my card, they all come in for me. UConn laying 7.5 at FAU on Saturday afternoon.
You love this UConn team.
UConn team, I'm in on them, man. They
This
can
Moore has made you some money throughout the years.
The quarterback. I love that kid. He's got heart. He's got moxie. I like him a lot. What else? How about neither of us pick this game? The Hogs going to Austin against Arch. Texas minus 8.5. Joe, 58.5. Now I know the Arkansas games have sailed. The Texas games have been lower scoring. What do you do here?
Sark is on the hot seat. Arkansas has
hot seat. I don't think he's on the hot seat.
Carver,
I don't believe that. He's not on the hot seat.
Carver. Arkansas has lost 6 games by 7 points or less. And I've been on a majority of their wins, like from the cover. Ready? Yeah. On the road against Ole Miss, plus 9.5 cover. On the road against Tennessee, plus 7.5 cover. At home against A&M, plus 7.5 cover.
Why aren't you on him this week?
Wait, just wait. I'm trying to tell you. You see, I'm trying to set you up here, and
okay.
You're not even giving me.
I didn't know you were going to read them all. Go ahead.
Yeah, now I got to tighten it. I went against them last week with LSU, and I lost. They covered.
Yeah.
Lost by 6 to Ole Miss, 3 to Tennessee, 3 to A&M, 1 to
So you're
LSU.
Staying away from them now.
No, if I bet the game, it would be Arkansas on the over. I love the running back Mike Washington. I actually bought 2 of his pictures from the.
Wait a second.
I did. I have a 20 by 30 of. He's going to be.
You bought 2 of his pictures?
Yeah, action shots from the from Fayetteville. It's going to be in the new office. I'm going to deck it all out.
You're too much.
Okay.
Too much. Okay.
I got him running down the sidelines. The guy's. I tell you now. You don't like this guy because he's from Buffalo, but Mike Washington and the Omega Blake. Forget the Alpha. Give him Omega.
You're on Arkansas.
Yeah, I am. I hope they knock them off. Old Southwest Conference rivalry.
I know. Everybody, I know. The Hogs and the Horns. I know all about it.
You know what?
Bill catching 6.5 at home against Duke.
He should win that game.
Win outright. 6.5 point dogs at home.
Yeah, why can't he? He's had Jordan Hudson's
bad Duke. You know, I know at the
where's
how about him? The nonsense with the adult cheerleading competition.
He's a good boyfriend. He's supportive.
Someone's gonna do the book at some point about his post NFL life and the stuff that they are probably gonna have with him and this girl. Like, how bizarre is this stuff? Like, he's hanging out at the adult cheerleading competition. It's so weird.
Let me tell you, I think he's more of a hero now than when he was 6 Super Bowls.
This is right up Joe's alley. No, just wait, because 30 years from now, Joe's going to be at some 29-year-old's cheerleading competition. Joe's just lining up for that down the road. Jeez.
You think it's bad? I mean, I think he's a national hero.
I just think it's weird. Like, it's so bizarre what's going on. Like,
I mean, I think the dude has got it right. I mean,
very strange.
He's got a good looking girl. I mean, she's in shape. I'm just
Iowa
saying.
laying 16.5 at home to Michigan State.
Yeah.
Michigan State
I want to
sucks.
take Michigan State here.
They suck. Michigan State. Michigan in College Park. Not easy to go play Loxley in November in College Park.
They're gonna smash them.
I agree.
Come on.
Maryland stinks.
Come on. The wink.
Hey,
The wink is gonna have a defensive game.
This next one. I got no, and that's why the spread is what it is. I guess a complete coin flip game between Houston and TCU this week.
I like Houston.
I mean, that's a coin flip game, right?
Yeah.
Did you like Shane Beamer this week saying that the South Carolina is going to be back in the college?
Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, okay. Wait. Job security. Job security. He thought he had the job at Blacksburg, right? And then he was turning it down. Probably he didn't. They didn't have enough.
Will say that he didn't want to coach there.
They didn't have enough resources, and he might be out on his ass. And he's another one. He's like, you want to talk about it? I mean, if he wasn't a football coach, what would he be doing? He's absolutely he's a moron. I mean, you ever hear him talk?
We've gone forever with the college. Anything for you in the game, Cal and Stanford? Anything in the game?
How about the over? Can we get the over?
I thought about that too. 47.5 for Cal and Stanford. You want to take that? Let's go.
Yeah.
Want to lay 8.5 with Illinois in Camp Randall?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think Wisconsin sucks.
Big Brett going back to Wisconsin.
Big bad Brett.
Big bad Brett. LSU 21.5 against Western Kentucky.
Can't touch it.
Kenny Dillingham laying 7.5 in Boulder.
That's a tough game for some reason.
Colorado sucks.
Yeah, but it's going to be cold there.
Okay.
Arizona State's going to waltz in there. I'm just saying.
You got 3 late night bailout blowout games at 10:30 East. Fresno -2.5 against Utah State. San Diego State -12.5 against San Jose State. And Washington 10.5-point favorites at the Rose Bowl against UCLA.
Which one do I like the best? I mean, I like Washington. I like the under in that game. And then I like the over in San Diego State, San Jose State. I think San Diego State smashes them, but I think we can get through the total. Utah State looks live to me against Fresno.
Okay. Utah State looks live. There, Joe says to you right there.
I gotta keep those in the back pocket just in case.
You never know, Joe, when you need the bailout blowout.
I gotta be honest with you. I hope I don't. I don't.
There you go. The college Carver Lisi college football picks for week number 13. We will come back, regroup with the NFL picks for week number 12. I gained a game on Joe there last week too, I believe, with the NFL picks. So we're trying. NFL, I've got a little bit more of a shot. If I could just get a nice fat 4-0 week, maybe I can really start to make some ground in that.